Hey guys, Felix from Slowest Car Club here. And are you guys also running out of storage no matter how small or big your rig is? Because if you're like me, you most likely do. So today we're going to change that and we will install Bison Gear's cargo baskets for the INEOS Grenadier. So follow along, we will get started right away. So as you guys can see, the right and left side of the cargo boxes are fairly different from each other, but there's one more thing to note. There are two versions of the left side cargo box for the INEOS Grenadier, and that's depending on if you have the inverter or not. So check your car specs when you go ahead and order the left side or the set of the two cargo boxes, and make sure you order the right one. So now we can unwrap the cargo boxes, check out the installation guide, get the necessary tools and go ahead and install the boxes to the Grenadier. So as per usual with Bison Gear, we get all the necessary hardware, our warranty card, and then also the installation guide for the cargo baskets. Also here you can see the right side and two different left side versions, depending on if you have the inverter or not. And then also here we can check our parts list, if everything is included, and the list of necessary tools, which in this case is just a 5mm hex bit and a Torx 45. So now that we have gathered our tools, which is the Torx 45 to remove the existing screws and the 5mm hex bit to retighten the new screws, we can go ahead and undo the two screws from the factory. And then we can take our new screws, and the screws come with the long screw, a spacer, and then also a small rubber O-ring. So we start by removing the O-ring carefully, not to damage it. Place it aside. And then we use the long screw, put it through the cargo basket, and then use the spacer and the O-ring to keep it in place. So now we have inserted the bolts through the cargo basket, installed the spacer and the O-ring, so the bolts cannot go anywhere. And now we need the 5mm hex bit or Allen key with a fairly long extension. And then we can go ahead and install the cargo basket into the location where the factory mounting was. And then we just go ahead and bolt it in. And you realize you're in the right space when the cargo basket sits perfectly over the rear wheel arch and this small place here. And then we can just go ahead and screw in the bolts. And again, don't tighten the screws down right away. First, tighten both by hand, and then when the basket sits flush and firmly, just tighten them down snugly. So for the left or driver's side, I decided to crawl into the car to give you guys a little bit of a better view. We will do the exact same as on the right side. We will undo those two Torx 45 bits. Then we will prepare the bolts, spacers and O-rings and then use the 5mm hex in order to install the cargo basket just here over the inverter. So let's do that. So we have now prepared the bolts and with that the left cargo basket. I have the inverter version, as you can see, and we will just go ahead and place it on top of the panels here, and you will feel the bolts going into their place, and then we can start tightening them down. So as you can see, take a bit of care so you don't cross-thread anything. And a good idea is to see if you can tighten down the bolts by hand. If you do so, you're most likely on the right position or not screwing the bolts into its correct position. But as you can see, the cargo basket is already tightening down. So I just go ahead, tighten it down by hand. And now again, we can verify our position, maybe do little final adjustments, and if we're happy, we can take a wrench and tighten down. So now we have tightened down our left cargo basket, and what's really great is you still have the full access to your inverter, so to the 230 volts power outlet, and I have some stuff stored here, but also to your hydraulic jack under here. And the great thing is everything goes together neatly as well. So even though you have a lot more storage and some really nice options to tighten down stuff and gear to the cargo baskets, you can still access everything in your Grenadier. So as you guys can see, the rear of my Grenadier is now almost fully loaded, and with the cargo side storage or side boxes, I now have access to stuff which was rattling around before, like my stool, which I desperately need because I'm small and the Grenadier is very high. So with those boxes, it's really nice to have those things handy, as well as some extra screws, bolts, whatever. So now for this stuff, you have a nice designated position. You always know where it is. It cannot fall around, rattle around. And with that, the install is fully complete. And I see you guys on the next one.